Well, that's inconvenient. Well, hey friends and neighbors, this is Chuck out at Sheraton Park Farms. Welcome back to the farm. So since we've spilled the beans that we're selling the farm, we've got a lot to do around here to get ready for pictures and showings and all that kind of stuff. So hang around with us for a little bit. We've been getting some stuff done. Let me show you what we've got done, what we've been working on, kind of how all that's gone. I've got a hole that is our burn pit that we've been using to burn brush and that kind of stuff in. We're going to try to fill part of that in with some dirt that a neighbor brought us earlier today, and we might get a little bit of mowing in tonight. So lots to be done. Hang around with us for a little bit, and let's see if we can get this place ready to go. So over the course of the past couple days, we've been cleaning out the upstairs of the house, the shop, the kitchen, a lot of different things, and this is sort of part of what we've accumulated. Old recline. I mean, this, you know, this is just crap. I mean, this is just junk that should have been gone a long time ago. But yeah, so I got a trailer load of stuff here. I've got the back of the Ford pickup. It's loaded down with stuff as well. I think we've got just about all of the let's look and see what's on the back of this truck. I think we've got just about all of the junk out of the way, but getting her cleaned up. This is all out of the shop down my workshop. Just old plumbing parts, grease gun that don't work, you know, just junk, man. There's look at that. I was going to fix that, put another end on it, but yeah, so getting stuff cleaned up, you know, and this is something you can always be doing on your farm, is just always kind of looking at, reviewing, going through stuff, and just keeping things out of the way and lightening the load, in case you decide you want to sell or move or do something, you know, need space or whatever. But anyway, got a bunch of crap cleaned out. We found boxes up, and they're still up there, boxes upstairs of stuff that we moved here that had never been taken out of the box, like Christmas. Going up there and opening it, it's like, oh, I forgot I had this. But anyway, got a bunch of stuff cleared out. So what we're going to do this evening is we got a little bit of dirt work to do down here. I'm going to fix this right quick. This is the site of an old packing house that used to be on the property, and we had it torn down and had a basement under it, and we had originally intended on trying to keep the basement and turn it into a like a root cellar, but when we were tearing the building down, the wall fell in, and we just been using this as a burn pit for like brush and tree stumps and that kind of stuff. There's still a little bit of that in here, but a neighbor of ours brought us a couple loads of dirt today. I'm gonna push some of this over into the hole. It's not going to be near enough to fill it up, and we've got to be real careful not to get around the edges of this because it's not very solid, and I don't want to get the tractor down in that hole. But I'm going to get the tractor with the bucket on it, and we're just going to push some of this dirt over in here, kind of fill this up, smooth it out a little bit, just to kind of eliminate it as a safety issue, eyesore, and that kind of thing. Long day. We've been up to the new property today. Had to go up there and meet with some folks, so it's always fun to go up there and kind of see where we're going. But yeah, let's get a little dirt pushed around here, see if we can clean some of this up and make it look nice. Well, the camera flipped over on the rock, so I'm not sure how much of that ended up catching. But when the guy brought this morning, it was pretty wet. We've had some rain around here, and so it's pretty wet, sticky, and it really doesn't spread very good. And I'm certainly not an expert with the bucket on the tractor. I can move stuff around, but you know, it's not going to be pretty or finished or anything like that. But what I have managed to do is knock these piles down. The edge of the hole really kind of runs right around through here, so we managed to push a bunch of dirt over in there. I'm going to stop for now and give this a little time to dry out. I think once it dries up a little bit, it'll be easier to shape, and then we'll just bring the box blade in, kind of grade all this down nice and smooth, push the rest of the dirt, you know, what's left of, you know, the piles where we dumped it. We'll just push the rest of that back, kind of smooth this out, make it look a little nicer, and I think that'll give this a much better look as opposed to just this big hole. There is still a hole. I mean, that's just, you know, that's going to be what it's going to be, but much better than it was. So got a place over there where we've got some old feed bags that we had burned. But anyway, yeah, this looks a whole lot better. We'll finish pushing some of this around, grade it down, make it look nice and smooth, and get this finished up. I don't have any before pictures, but just kind of show you some other stuff that we've done. Cleaned up around the shop. Wow, I had junk and stuff stashed here on both sides, and so this was a real hot mess. So a lot of what was here is either now stashed away or on that truck and trailer up there. We'll go inside. Like I say, I don't have any before pictures, but I discovered something about this shop. It has a floor that doesn't have stuff in it when you move all the stuff out. But anyway, picked a lot of stuff up, a lot of trash in here, threw that out. We've kind of moved all the tools and stuff over to the side along the walls so that you can see how much space is in here. I don't know the size on this building, but I mean, yeah, this is a good work area, good for storage. You know, we've got, you know, our chainsaws and weed eaters and, you know, big toolbox and different stuff in here. So good space for whoever ends up buying this. Great little place to come down in the wintertime, work on projects. I've got one of those little rocket heaters back here in the back. We've used that in the wintertime. You can turn that thing on, run it for about 3 minutes, and it heats this place up. Then you got to turn it back on in 20 minutes. But I mean, it's not too terribly bad to work in here. So yeah, this was a nice project. We got all this cleaned up, straightened up, and this looks 100% better than it did. So got the shop ready. I don't think we've ever showed this much at all on the videos outside of the fact that the brooders are down here, but this is the old tobacco barn, and this is turning out to be primarily storage for us. Inside we keep, there's really nothing in there except for a lot of our beekeeping equipment. But this front porch had ended up being a collection of just crap and junk and stuff that we didn't put in the storage unit that we've got, and it was a mess. So we've cleaned this up, got all the crap off of here. We did have to leave just a few things that we're going to keep that, you know, doesn't go in the trash or doesn't go to the dump. But I just cleaned it up, put a couple of nice chairs out here. This ends up being a real nice place for folks to come out and sit. I mean, you know, look at that view. Got a nice picket fence here over into the neighbor's field. I mean, it's just a gorgeous area. So another cool spot on the farm. We never showed much of this, but yeah, cleaning this up, getting it ready to go, that'll really help the look of the place when folks come and kind of looking around and see what the place is all about. So over the past week and a half to 2 weeks, I've been working at kind of chipping away, doing a quick cutting on all the pastures where we don't have any animals, and just trimming everything down to knock the high stuff off. And we're going to come back in a couple of days whenever we get closer to showing time, and we'll give everything a nice, we'll give everything another cut so that everything's nice and even and smooth and looks good. But mowed half of this the other night, got kind of late. It's tough getting all this done in one, you know, in the evenings after work and stuff, so it takes a while to get all of it done. But I'm gonna finish mowing this upper half of this field right here tonight. I'm gonna try to get most of that knocked out and make this look a little nicer. This down here, this is the lowest, or the lower pasture on the property, and I mowed all of this couple weeks ago. You know, I done the video talking about the brush cutter, and I had mowed all of that down there along the bottom, and so it's coming back up. I think if I go back and mow this again, here in, this has not been touched in a couple weeks now. Come back and mow this again in a few days. Go over it real good with the brush cutter. Make everything nice and even again. I believe we'll be in good shape for this. While we're down here, let's see some piglets. Everybody loves piglets. This is our next breeder group. Bunch of gilts, and I think I got 2 boars in here. No, there's 1 boar. 1 boar and a couple cut males, but mostly gilts in this group right here. This is off the ones that we farrowed a few months ago, and single strand electric. Everybody's doing good, looking good. Got a couple in here that are a little younger. That one right there, she's a little small, but she'll catch up with everybody else. But man, these guys are looking good. Trained to this electric wire, know not to mess with it. Look at that. So yeah, piglets are doing great. We still in the pig business. This is going to be a challenge. It's going to be something we're going to be talking about, trying to figure out is, not only do we have to move us and all the equipment, supplies, materials, and that kind of thing, these guys are getting a new address too. We'll have to get that figured out. Well, that's inconvenient. There we go. Well, we beat the dark, but barely. It's 8:30, so getting dark. About time to go in for about a supper anyway. So got this. The upper half of this field mowed. Looks a whole lot better. This stuff is thick, and it's amazing. I've said it on videos before. It's amazing at what the animals can do whenever you put the animals on a piece of ground and let them do what they're naturally inclined to do anyway. We've not sowed any fertilizer, no seed. We've not seeded this pasture at all, and I mean, we've just got some, this stuff's just gorgeous. It's just absolutely beautiful, and really thick and lush in some places. Got a couple places where we've got some weeds. Had some hot spots there because I had the chicken coop sitting there for a while, and we get a concentration of manure under that under that egg mobile, so we get a little bit of that, but that's okay. Overall though, this stuff is just, it's beautiful out here. And then this area up here, we're going to get that mowed down and get it looking nice. But that's kind of there's a little bit of a before and an after. Turned out nice, looks good. All right, so like I said, we had gone up, we had to go up today and meet with some folks at the new property. That deal is coming along nicely. Still got a little bit of work to do on some of the lending stuff. We're doing we're going to be using some funding from the USDA. They have a down payment assistance program where you secure commercial credit on 50% of your loan, and then the USDA, or more specifically the Farm Service Agency, will finance another 45%, and then the owner has to put 5% down. So it's a great way to get into a piece of property without having to put a lot of capital into your down payment. And we don't want to spend all of our cash on down payment because we need to have some operating capital whenever it comes time to actually move on to the property. So still waiting on USDA, governmental agency. I work for one, so I know what kind of a challenge that that potentially can be at times. But anyway, things are coming along nice. Got to get this thing sold. Got to get the rest of our financing secured up there, but we are well on our way to getting things done. But anyway, I think that's enough. I'm going to post a link to a couple other videos over here. If you've not subscribed, I'm telling you, you're going to want to subscribe and follow along. We're going to have a lot going on with this move, and moving a farm is going to be a challenge. Moving yourself's a challenge, moving a farm even bigger. We appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks.